hello, hello, and welcome to the Good Vibes excuse me, Good Vibes Lifestyle live stream happening every Thursday live at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern. So, welcome to the last episode of the year. And actually, this is the 41st episode of Good Vibes Lifestyle. And so what's exciting, this is the second time I've tried it. I'm streaming on Instagram. Now, Instagram doesn't let you save the recording live, but you can actually see. So it's a test. I'm trying something new, but for some my but it says I'm streaming. So okay. Um, anyway, so the Good Vibes happens every week. This is more of a casual talking and sharing information with you about ways you can raise your so you can thrive. And that's been my this past year. Started this 41 weeks ago, the Good Vibes Live, and I still have the uh, Good Vibes TV show, and you can go to good-vibes.tv to see all of our episodes, both these live streams and also the formal show. And my last episode of season 3 uh, episode is with Susie Finley. I have another little clip to show you about the good vibes. I really actually put Good Vibes Day on the calendar because I want to start a movement where we're all focused on raising our vibration. So we're vibrating at what we want to attract, because you cannot attract love into your life if you have hate. You cannot. We do live in a dual pole, a there's polarity in our universe. So there's light and there's dark, there's good and there's bad. We live in this duality. But the thing is, it's also about vibration and frequency. So we are energetic beings. So I'm all about how do we live by being aware of our energy and knowing that since we are energetic beings, we attract to our lives things based on our energy. We have to be vibrating at the higher emotion, love, generosity, acceptance, peace, like all these different emotions attracts like things to our lives. So you cannot attract love into your life if you're resentful of someone. It just doesn't work. We have to be, you got to forgive that and be in love, and then you attract it to you. It's the same with everything. So, welcome. And in this live stream, I like to talk about uh, astrology because it's important to be aware of the energy that's coming into our lives, the celestial body, including the moon and a little retrograde and some of the other planets when they're impacting us. So we are actually in the waning phase of the moon because we just had the full moon a couple of days ago, December 26th at 7:30 p.m. And so from the full moon to the new moon is the waning phase of the moon, where the moon will get smaller, smaller, and smaller. So the way to use this energy of the waning phase of the moon is to um, kind of you know, the full moon is when everything comes to culmination, right? Like a flower at its brilliance, right? But then it starts to wilt and die away. So it's kind of like, you know, getting the harvesting the abundance in your life, harvesting the seeds that you planted is what kinda you do when the full moon, they're at their max. So then now the moon is getting smaller and smaller, so now it's a time of integration, of integrating what you've integrated, the things you've harvested, and that kind of thing. And then the new moon is when you start doing new things. So that's where we're at. So now this is a time of kind of introspection, and our full moon was in the sign of Cancer, and Cancer rules home, about nurturing. It's a water sign, so I think there's been a lot of rain everywhere, because, it seems like when there's a full moon in a water sign, then you get a lot of rain, and I know I have in a lot of the United States has. So, let's talk about, uh, Mercury retrograde. Now, good news is that Mercury goes direct on January 1st at 10:07 PM Eastern. So, if you're familiar with Mercury retrograde, you know that it rules communications, and a lot of times, weak links show up during Mercury retrograde, things that need to be fixed. So anything with "re" in it, and lately, I've been like, last week, I talked about reconnecting, reflecting, uh, kind of going within. So this time of the year is a great time to reflect on this past year of 2023. What accomplishments have you had? What successes? And then what things have happened that didn't go the way you wanted to, but what can you learn from that and make the next year better? So, you know, we're still in that retrograde period, so it's a good time to journal, to meditate, to go within, ask those questions. What was 2023 like for me? And, what do I have to celebrate, and what do I have to learn? Um, and and by doing that, it kinda helps us to get ready for the next year. So, the retrogrades go from, uh, about 3 weeks, and we have several of them a year, usually about 3 to 4, usually around 3 a year, there's Mercury retrograde. So it's a good time, it's kinda like I like to see it as kind of going on vacation, like backtracking. It's a time to reflect and go within as opposed to move forward with projects. Now, January 1st, since it's 10:30 at night, I would say after that time, move forward. Any new projects or things like that, we're doing it after January 1st, and it's not just Mercury that goes direct then, several planets that are going direct. So, several planets have been in retrograde over the last fall, and they're going all direct January 1st. So, get ready. January 1st, January 2nd, things are gonna be moving forward. The energy is gonna be moving forward. So, it's just this is how I like to use, the Mercury retrograde. And remember, I am live streaming on several different places, so feel free to comment, and I can see those comments and put them on the screen. All right. So, every month I have been working with a different oracle deck, and next week I hope to have my um, new decks coming in, and I will share that with you next week, which is next year. Can you believe it? 2024. And 2024, if you haven't already heard, is the year of the wood dragon. So this is a Chinese horoscope, kind of the Chinese horoscope, and so here the green and excuse me, the wood dragon represents growth. Um, so, uh, be aware of that. I'm not, I just know a little bit about the Chinese astrology, but as I learn about it, I'm happy to share it with you. All right, so the Light Seers Tarot deck is the deck that I have been working with for the last few weeks, and I really like it because it is my hands are small and they fit in really nice. That they just feel really good in my hands. So, and I really love the pictures that Chris Ann has created in these decks. So remember, if you like any of these decks or books, go to good-vibes.tv and go to the button that says shop my Amazon. That and all of the things that I um, show you here on the show, demonstrate. Right. So let us ask a question from the universe. We want to know, what is it that we need to know right now for our highest and best good? So go. And the card is, ooh, the devil. There's the devil. Now, the devil is a lot of different meanings for people, but a lot of times it has to do with, the um, our animal instinct, right? Or it could be addiction, things like that. So let's see, Chris Ian about the devil, which is card number 15. So some of the Keywords are vices, the grip of addiction, a need for liberation, um, healthy versus unhealthy sexuality, materialism, the healing found in darkness, doing the shadow work, right? Delving into your shadow self, being trapped in your own stories, manipulation, lying to yourself, and temptation. Temptation is another one. So those are the general meanings of this card. Now let's see the message here. The devil reaches out his hand, granting a release from the mundane with promises of earthly and material pleasures. While sometimes this release is healthy and necessary, he hides the fact that he offers everything you can become addicted to, from alcohol, drugs, work, and sex to more nuanced addictions like codependent relationships or how others feel. Anything that can trap you or overtake your life can be harmful in excess. The devil is a nudge to delve into your own shadows. He will bring you there, and then it's up to you to either fall fully into the darkness or to work on healing your own relationship with your beautiful heart. Eliminate the things that are vying for your time, your energy, and your love that leave you feeling empty. Remember that addictions don't necessarily look scary and demonic until they do. Seek liberation from the bindings that are keeping you trapped and tether yourself. In darkness, look at fragmented aspects of the self as a source of light. And here's the affirmation: in the darkness, I am free to heal everything. So I think this is a good card to consider, being that's the end of the year. So it's good it's a good practice to go within, to pull up the, subconscious our conscious and subconscious mind, like an iceberg. So I only know a little bit of the iceberg in the conscious mind, but the subconscious mind has all those different belief systems, those different thoughts, those, things that need to be healed so that we can move on. So it's a great time to do that. And, especially with Mercury retrograde, like I said, going within. And, so that's really important. And I have a comment here from Elasa. Hi, Elasa. So good to see you. And she says, "Hi, love seeing you here." The frog kind of maybe you can check it out. I know. We only got 2 bars on our pipeline here, and, I'm actually broadcasting the, Mike Ross Gold Estate Park in Florida, which is around, Keystone Heights in Florida, near Palatka and Gainesville. And so kind of in the middle of nowhere. My Wi-Fi is not the best, but I hope that can still understand what I'm saying and still can get the gist of it. So that is the oracle message. So go within and heal, bring light to those shadows that need to be healed. Um, that is the oracle message. All right. So now let's go on to Limitless, the expanded edition. This is the book by Jim Quick that came out just a few months ago, and or maybe about a month, 6 weeks ago. So I've been talking about this book, and you can still buy the book. Go to my website, good-vibes.com, and then you can sign up on here, quickbrain.com, limitless slash dash expanded. And there's about $344 worth of goodies and like extras you can get when you put your receipt on there. You still have to buy the book from Barnes and Noble or Amazon, whatever. I greatly appreciate you my Amazon store. And then that receipt code in there, and then you'll have access to those different gifts that he has. So, all right. So let's talk about where we're at in the book. So we've already talked about limitless mindset, about the what. And now we're gonna talk a little bit about limitless motivation, the why. Why do we do things? That's motivation. Jim says that motivation is not fixed. I think it is. You're not just wake up one day, you just have certain motivation. Motivation is not something that you have, it's something you do. very, interesting. It's what we do is our motivation. There's a little formula here that motivation equals purpose times energy times S squared, and S squared sorry, I can't make the little 3 little, um, stands for small simple steps. So he talks about how we have to have, that motivation we wanna find a motivation that's sustainable, you know, that, the motivation if we have the right motivation, we're just it's sustainable, it feeds itself, and, so I thought that was pretty interesting. And he said the ultimate form of motivation is to get to the state of flow, which is the state where we're kind of like aligned with spirit and things flow in our lives. So when you meditate, when you're doing something that you love and time just disappears and you are just doing whatever the thing is, it's fixing your motorcycle or painting, taking care of your baby, whatever it is, um, and you're in that timeless state, that's being in the so, eventually, that's where we wanna get to. Now, he says that a clear purpose gives you energy. So it's important that we have a purpose and we're clear, not just having a purpose, but we're clear on our he says that reasons breed results, um, and true. We need to know our why. So motivation is a motive for taking action. This is why do we do what we do? This is our motivation. So, he talked about earlier how there are certain questions that turn knowledge into power. Remember the 3 that I talked about? It's how can I use this information? When can I use this information? And of course, the motivation part of it, uh, when can I use this information? And we're talking about motivation. Why do what you do? What is your motivation? Uh, so, you know, this time of the year, we're reflecting on the past year, we're getting ready for the new year. It's great. These are great questions to ask ourselves. And in setting our new goals for the new year, which most people like to do. Um, I know I like to do to kind of recap my previous year. That's why I was counting up how many shows that I do. So thankfully, and I'm grateful that I've had 3 seasons of Good Vibes TV so far, and each season has 8 episodes. It takes me about over 20 hours to actually shoot, edit, and market, to the show. So I do put a lot of energy and effort into them as I'm building this collection of information for all of us to use, help us improve our lives. So, again, our purpose is our motivation is, why do you do what you do? So he also talked about, what a goal is versus a purpose. The goal is the point that you wish to achieve versus the purpose. Your purpose is the reason that you aim to achieve a goal. So your purpose has to do with your reason, the why. Why are you doing this? Why am I doing this live stream? And I'll get into my purpose and motivation in just a second. So as you're working on your goals, you've heard probably of SMART goals, and it's an acronym that stands for S stands for specific. It's very important to have specific goals. So if you want to make money in 2024, you don't want to say, "Oh, I just want to make money." You want to be real specific. How much do you want to make? You know, uh, how much? Not just general. More specific, the better the goal. The other is measurable. M stands for measurable. So you want your goals to be something that you can actually measure. It's not good enough to, if you don't have a measurement, then you can't tell how far you've come. So that's why measurement is important. A stands for actionable, that you can actually take action on it. And actually, the book So he says, develop action steps to achieve goals. So A is for actionable. You also want your goals to be realistic. Um, your goals should challenge and stretch you, but not so much that you give up on them. So, like, he uses the example living in your parents' basement, it's hard to become a millionaire because it just, it's like too far out of your reach. So, you have to have it so that it stretches you, but not be so unrealistic. Um, but and another idea is that you don't want it to be so, achievable that it's not really challenging you. They say, like, whatever it is your goal is, times 10 or times 100, that figure, that number, that thing, so that you're stretching yourself because growth comes when we're stepping outside of our comfort zone, not staying within our and T in the SMART goals stands for time-based. So with the time-based, he says, "Goal is just a dream. A goal is a dream with a deadline." It's important to say within a certain amount of time. So that's the SMART goal. But he also talks about it's not just about head, it's about heart, just like we talked before about the heart, um, the heart-brain connection. Um, Quick says that H for heart, stands for healthy goals, that goals should support your health and your general well-being. The other thing to consider when you're making your goals is enduring. Are these goals your goals should inspire and sustain you during times, especially when you wanna quit. And many times has that happened when you're I don't know, it happened for me, it's like, "Oh, I gotta do the live show for this. What are you gonna talk about?" And I'm like, "Ah, do I really wanna do it?" Yes, I do. This is important to me, my values is that my word is law, what I say, what I commit to is is golden, and it has to do with integrity. So that's important for me, that we have it's enduring. The other goal or other quality you're thinking of your goals is that your goals should be alluring, meaning that you shouldn't have to push or work towards your goals. They should be so exciting and enticing, engaging. They just pull to them. Um, Again, the heart has for emotions. And R, heart goals, R stands for relevant. He says, don't set a goal without knowing why you're setting it. Your goal should relate to a challenge that you're having in life, your life purpose, or your core values. So your goals need to be relevant, very important. And the T in heart stands for truth. Just set a goal because your neighbor is doing it, or your parents expect it of you. Um, Make sure that the goal is something that you want and remains true for you. Because if it's not, you're going to sabotage yourself. You're not going to do it. So those are some things to keep in mind as you're doing your goals for 2024. Can you believe it? Um, and, he also says that people who know their purpose know who they are, what they are, and why they are. And that's true. When you know if you're clear on your goals, you're not wasting time, you're more focused, so Jim also talks about passion versus purpose. So passion is what lights you up inside. And that it may take you trying several different things to find your passion, and sometimes your passions change what specific things are, like, say you love music, and that's your passion, but maybe you wanna focus on a certain instrument, and then later in life, you go to another thing. So, passion is what, lights you up, but purpose is how you relate to others. It's what you're here to share with the world, you know? Your our purpose is how we use our passion, and Jim actually said that we all have the same purpose, and that purpose is to help others through our passion. By doing our passion, we're helping others. So, my purpose actually is to raise the vibration of the planet one person at a time. So, I do it different ways right now. In the past, I've done it when I've had my metaphysical tours, and now I've been doing it through Good Vibes TV and this Good Vibes lifestyle. Again, goodvibes.tv. If you, would like to find out more, our offerings, shop my Amazon store, etcetera. Alright. Well, the final show of the year, and I did promise it last Sunday, and it's still not done, sorry. Um, I just a little tweaking to do, but I'm hoping it'll be done by tomorrow and uploaded. In the meantime, Susie Finley's the sound therapist interviewed, and I want to, play a little clip. Now this is a little longer, it's about 7 minutes long, but get to know, Susie. She has some really interesting, points, so let me or introduce you to Susie Finley.
By accident because I'd been very sick, and it literally changed my life. And as soon as I had my first treatment, I'm like, I need to do this for the rest of my life. And the way I like to explain it to people is your body is like an orchestra. And if one of your organs or something is out of sync, you need to tune it back up. And then by tuning that one organ back up, the rest of your orchestra goes and your body is just healthy again. So as soon as I started playing, with drums and singing bowls and tuning forks, everything changed. I couldn't believe that I went from being like this little sickly person with lupus and Sjogren's to getting all my energy back. And what was even more exciting is that the further and deeper I got into sound therapy, I learned you don't even need instruments. Because one of my last teachers came out and she said, of all the tools in your sound healing toolbox, your voice is the most important. And I never knew that. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, you literally just have to tone. And I used to be really embarrassed by my voice. And I used to say, oh my God, my voice is more likely to get somebody sick. And she's like, no, no, no.
I say that.
Yeah, you need to love your voice. And she said your voice is the exact frequency your body needs. So I love to teach people to get back into singing in the shower. Like, it is so good to sing. And so many of us, the only place we actually sing is in the shower or in the car. But sing everywhere you go, because it is the best way to heal your body, keep that energy flowing, and keep yourself happy. And one of the things that I also noticed after I really got into sound therapy heavily and started seeing clients, that's when manifestation things started happening. All of a sudden, things magically appeared. I ended up with the perfect office, the perfect clients, this wonderful career that I love. And then I started researching manifestation, and I'm like, these are really linked. It's because I saw Jonathan Goldman, and he summed it up beautifully. He said, intention plus vibration equals manifestation. So it's like, oh my God, it's like sound therapy is like the key to this. So in my practice now, I started teaching people how important your words are. And when we're doing the treatments, I said, it's very important when I'm doing the treatment on you, you want to speak or even imagine the things that you want. And I've had so many people telling me that, oh my God, Susie, I've been manifesting all these things because I'm doing sound therapy now at home. And my goal is to teach everybody or help everyone create a home sound therapy practice. And my main thing is I tell everybody the first 5 minutes of your day is the absolute most important. It could either make or break your day. There's that old saying, oh, you got up on the wrong side of the bed. It's true. Don't get up thinking about the drive to work or the bills you have to pay. Get up first thing in the morning. As soon as you open those eyes, say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just be like so grateful that you're alive, and think of all the good things coming up. And even do like a little art project first thing in the morning. If you have to get up like a little bit early, do something fun that gives you more energy, that makes the day go better. So I love teaching people to start with a great morning routine. And the manifestation thing, I started doing it almost like as a game. And I realized the more I started like hanging out with friends, we created a group called Manifestation Improv. And I tell people it's like improv comedy meets a sound bath. And what I do, I have everyone like, I'll get on and I'll say, oh my God, guys, I'm going to Hawaii. Right. And then my other friend always has a picture of a private jet in back. She's like, yeah, Susie, I got my private jet. I'm picking you up. And then we jump on it. And what happens, it creates this energy. So whatever you're speaking, you have everybody else confirming it and magnifying that energy. And I tell people it's just like the way when people meditate, when they meditate in groups, the energy goes further and it's more intense. Well, it's the same thing with manifestation. So I created this group, and it's so much fun. And then I sneak in all my little happiness tips, like, get up in the morning and, start with something fun. I tell you about, like, when I brush my teeth, I literally put on, like, I'm brushing my teeth, and I'm doing my hip circles. Make every cleaning can be fun. Brushing your teeth can be fun.
Yeah.
You're stuck in traffic, sing. Take all these moments, and instead of, looking at the negative side, use it as an opportunity to use your voice, sing, hum, sing to the radio. There's just so much you can do to keep that energy up. And the more that energy stays up, the more you get, amazing things. The most amazing friends started showing up in my life, the most amazing opportunities. And like this book, I'm so happy to be in this book. And this is the second time. I was in the first book too. And I've met the most amazing people because of this book. And I don't want to talk for everyone. I don't know when you want to but
no. This is great information. So you're merging sound therapy, but also you're talking about the energy of words and what we tell ourselves.
Yes.
The other thing about sound therapy, especially when you're singing or you're toning or you're even humming, it's opening up the throat chakra. So, most people nowadays, I think, have heard about the chakras, our energy, major energy systems in the body. Yoga kind of created that whole system. There's Sanskrit, names for each of the chakras, but the throat chakra is so important, and I guess really a lot of times gets blocked for people because they're not speaking their truth, right? So how would you explain how sound therapy can help open up our throat chakras?
Well, it does a lot, even more than the throat chakras. It also it creates nitric oxide, which actually lowers your blood pressure. It relaxes your arteries and stuff. It actually fights viruses. It gives you all the feel good hormones, serotonin, oxytocin. And then any blocks you, like when you're humming, the reason it blocks the throat chakra is that it moves the stuck energy. So sound basically is getting rid of those stuck emotions. It's like freeing up like a dam in a river. So I tell people it's just like anytime you have like something traumatic happen, there's like emotions, like energy and motion. So you have to release that stuck energy and get it flowing again. And sound is the easiest way to do it. And of course, the easiest way is humming. Like, people don't realize everybody can do it. You don't need any special instruments. We all have our own built-in sound therapy equipment. And humming does the most wonderful things. Jonathan Goldman wrote an entire book on it. Just amazing.
And Jonathan Goldman, he's a musician, I know, but he's also, I know, written several books, I guess, on sound therapy and music therapy, I guess.
He's been doing this for over 50 years. I think he's like one of the original sound therapists.
Okay.
And back in the day, I think everyone thought he was crazy, but now it took 50 years for people to catch on what this guy knew 50 years ago. And everyone knows now that music heals, but back then people thought it was kind of weird, but they're finding that vibration really supersedes chemistry. So a lot to fix something in your vibrational field, it fixes you biologically. And that's what stunned a lot of people. Now all the science is coming out, and that's why it's such an exciting field now. And I get like so hyped up about it. It's like every day, like there's more and more information about sound therapy, and they have all this amazing equipment now. Like they have, when they measure brain waves, they used to put, the thing on your head, and they say, oh, we have electric, and we can see the brain waves. Well, now they have instruments. I think it's called a magnometer, and it's out here, and your brain waves are actually out here in the field. They're not in your head. So it's like, whoa. So it's just there's so much science coming out on it. And I'm just like so hooked.
So that was Susie Finley. And I will have that. I will put out a post when it is live on YouTube. Raise Your Vibe channel. Okay. Now, Susie was the inspiration for last week's tip to raise your vibration, and that was humming. You know, about how our voice, we have everything we need as far as sound therapy in our voice, that frequency. So we can use our voice like humming. That was, I've noticed that I've been a little bit more singing to yourself, and that actually harmonizes your body. So, did you try humming? And if not, try it. It'll harmonize your body. And this week's tip is declutter to make room for the new. being that it's the 28th of December, 2023, we're closing out this year. So a great way to close this year out is delete things, get rid of things, make room for the new. So important. So that's our tip for vibration because, just like, Abraham Hicks talks about, like a cork under the water, and it's the heaviness, the heavy things or heavy emotions or things that no longer serve us that are kind of pulling us down. When you release those, then the cork floats to the on top of the water. So it's important to declutter. It's important to let go, not hold on to everything. So it's like, let that stuff go. And then we have room for you. And this is 2024. Year as a wood dragon. Let's make room for the new in 2024. If you got value from this show, from this live stream, please like, share, and subscribe. Let other people know about it so you can help me, uh, express my purpose, which is to raise the vibration of the planet one person at a time, and this is how we do it. So, please like, share, and subscribe if you found value. And if you'd like to, check out any of the other I don't know where you're watching, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or however you're watching, I am on other social media channels, and I will put on the screen here in just a moment all the ways that you can reach me. So, happy New Year, everyone. I hope you have a blessed end of year of 2023 and a blessed 24 coming so think about these things. Hopefully, these things will help you as you set your goals for 2024. Happy New Year, everyone. I will see you next year. Peace out.